This is Super Yacht News with E. Sisman.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. Okay, on my left-hand side here, you can see motor yacht Nahlin. Now, this is a very special boat. This footage, by the way, was sent in by Patrick Horner, and this was in the British Virgin Islands near the island of Guana. Now, this is a 90-meter or 91-meter or 300-foot yacht built in 1930. It was actually built for a woman as well. It was built by Scottish shipbuilders John Brown and Company. Now, immediately after finishing building this yacht, they started building their next project, which was the RMS Queen Mary. So, talking about pedigree, this is some of the ships that this shipbuilder built. The RMS Lusitania, HMS Hood. HMS Hood was the flagship of the Royal Navy, was destroyed at the beginning of World War II. My grandfather served on that ship as well. Queen Mary, as I said, RMS Queen Elizabeth, and which sank in Hong Kong Harbour in 1967, and Queen Elizabeth II. That's the one that's now in Abu Dhabi. Is it Abu Dhabi? It's in Dubai. And Queen Mary is the one that's in Long Beach in California. Now, this company, John Brown and Company, they started in the 1850s, and some of their ships were in the American Civil War, including the Robert E. Lee and another vessel called Fingal, which was converted into the ironclad Atlanta. So that is quite a pedigree that yacht has. Now, also, historically speaking, this yacht was, in 1936, this yacht was chartered by King Edward VIII, and he was seen on board this yacht with Mrs. Simpson. And this is when the press first got hold of the idea that he was having a relationship with a married woman, and then they started talking about the abdication, which obviously Edward VIII abdicated the throne later on. So this is all based around this yacht, which is very interesting historically. The yacht was also restored in 2002 in Camel Laird in Birkenhead, which is very close to where I grew up. Now, the current owner is James Dyson. Now, he's the guy who makes the vacuum cleaners and all that kind of stuff. He bought it in 2006, and he spent further 5 years restoring it. And that's what it is today. Now, we were moored next to this boat in New Zealand years ago when I was on another yacht. And it's a beautiful, beautiful looking boat. Anyway, we'll move on to our first story. And this is about the boat, the Nakoa, which ran aground in Hawaii on the 20th of February now. So it's 12 days now, almost 2 weeks. Incredible. So they've been having problems there with the weather, high winds, high seas and stuff like that. So they've not been able to go back. Now, at the point where we're recording this, we're told that they are planning to head back there this weekend. The DLNR said that the salvage team would be back on the job over the weekend, so hopefully they will be starting today, obviously with the time difference in Hawaii. So the 28-meter or 94-foot yacht, the Nakoa, ran aground, as I said, on the 20th of February, and as the owner had moored on an underwater mooring point in the protected area in Hawaii. The area he was moored in has a 2-hour limit, and yet he'd been there for 2 nights. The owner's name is Jim Jones, and he's trying to assure the government officials there and the community that he said he will cover the almost $500,000 in salvage fees. He said, "We've been talking to the DLNR to let them know we're not leaving them with the bill," Jones said. So this was reported to a website called the Honolulu civilbeat.org. They asked to see a copy of his insurance permit or his insurance certificate, but he declined to show them. And he said that he cited the ongoing investigation, which I think is a bit of a line. He also said that he didn't know the specifics of the insurance policy or how much it covered, which is not a good sign, is it? Now, the Maui County Council member, Tamara Polton, she said that, "I feel his actions were extremely irresponsible. I don't think he fully understands how special a place Honolulu is to so many of us, and just how much aggravation he has caused our community." Now, Jones said that he is determined to make amends with the Maui community and work to restore his company's reputation. Since the incident in Honolulu, he said he's continued to run charters on his Oahu-based yacht, the Nahlin, which he said will help him to pay the debts that he owes. Now, the other vessel, the Nahlin, has a commercial permit to operate in the area, but the Nakoa, the one that's currently sat on the rocks, does not have a permit to operate. And he said he used a workaround called a bareboat charter. And this effectively means that he charters the vessel uncrewed, and then he recommends a crew for them to hire themselves. And that's how he gets around not having a commercial permit, apparently. Jones said that he will keep running tours on the Nahlin out of Oahu while he figures out how to move forward. Now, he said he's already looking for a replacement for the Nakoa, and so he can continue the expansion to Maui. And he says if the residents will let him. He said, I'm hoping to meet everybody personally, to apologize to them face to face and let them know and show them that I am local, Jones said. I think once we talk, they'll realize I'm just like them. But I think he's got his work cut out for him there. Okay, we've got one more story here. And this is about the Canadian billionaire John Risley, who's been taken to court by his credit card company. Now, he recently sold a yacht that he's having built by Stricken in Germany, which was known as Project Ice Cap, and it was later named Northern Star. $350 million yacht. And he's being taken to court by American Express over a $67,000 credit card bill. This is a strange story. American Express Gold Rewards credit card. He doesn't even have a Centurion. Now, I've worked for billionaires in the past. I've had the black metal Centurion card, but he's just got a regular gold card, which is, again, is unusual. Amex says Risley racked up the bill to purchase and have the benefits of goods and services, but failed to make repayments. He said the card carries an annual interest rate of 30%. Risley has not yet responded to the claim, which is not being tested in court. Now, the yacht I mentioned is a 109 meter or 357 foot yacht, which is not yet delivered. It's still going through sea trials. It's been renamed Shackleton, and it's been sold to Len Blavatnik. Yeah, so that's a very strange story, that one, isn't it? Anyway, just before we go, I just remind you to check out our Patreon page. We've just posted our first Patreon Q&A on there, so be sure to check this out at patreon.com/esysman. You'll get to see exclusive videos not published on YouTube, and you'll get early access to features advert-free, and you'll get to suggest topics for future videos and ask questions for future Q&As. And we also recently did some behind-the-scenes footage of the recent shoot in Canary Wharf in London. So check that out at patreon.com/esysman. All right, guys, thanks very much for watching. If you've got any information about any of these stories or any other stories, please be sure to get in touch. You can do so through the normal ways, through the About page of the YouTube channel, on our Instagram account, or on Facebook Messenger. And you can also get us on Threema. Be sure to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell for future notifications. All right, guys, thanks very much. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.